What up, my freaks? Ruinous Insight here with part 16 of my Total Warhammer II modded Thorek campaign. So as we saw last time, we ended the battle off, or rather the episode off, with Thorek in a march stance, and Loke here fell hard looking to capitalize on that with an attack on the said marched army. It looks like the battle result says Pyrrhic victory, and that says that it'll be a fairly tough time, but we do have the advantage of all of our grudge throwers here. The enemy also has lightning strike, and thus we are not able to bring in reinforcements with Gotrek and Felix. Should be a fun time. Cinematic battle. Let's get to it. Alrighty, here we go. Loke here is going to attack us. Now, I'm pretty sure that this attack is a bad idea, as in I think he done goofed by doing this, because we're the defenders and we have 4 freaking pieces of artillery that we're going to be able to bring to bear upon his army as they move in. Looks like they just reduced our artillery very, very slightly with that Black Arc support, but that's okay. Yeah. They also have a fairly advantageous position in that they're going downhill, so I did try to move our army back as far as possible just by virtue of the fact that once again we do get the advantage of being a defender for once. It's so rare to fight a defensive battle against the AI, because the AI almost never attacks when it doesn't have like a huge advantage, and even in this case it attacked only because we were in march stance. I'm willing to bet that if we were in a regular stance it would not have attacked. I really wish that they had made the AI a little bit more aggressive. Instead of having the player always take initiative, I'm going to hope that that is modified a little bit in the third game. Anyway, just a slow walk up from the enemy towards us, but they are going to start seeing grudge throwers throwing some grudges around in a few seconds. Where's the range? Alright, there it is. Here we go, almost there, and in range now. Beautiful. And here come the grudges. And I guess a few stones here and there as well. Alright, there we go. So obviously we are targeting first the only units that we can target, but as soon as the enemy, the 3 enemy units of Black Guard of Nagarond are in range, we're going to switch to targeting them. And in fact, I believe we are right now. We can see that those stones were missing there and were likely meant for those Black Guard. You gotta whittle them down as much as we possibly can before they breach our lines, as they are fairly, well, they're tier 5 unit, right? So we don't have anything like that except our Iron Breakers. Actually, I would love to see them one-on-one, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen this time around. Our setup is fairly simple, although you guys can probably see that it isn't as blocky as I usually do, and the reason for that in this particular situation was the fact that the enemy had Black Arc support, and we don't really want them to, we don't want to allow them to get one of the bigger AoE abilities from that Black Arc to hit our blob there. Doomfire Warlocks moving in. They look pretty damn cool on the charge, but they don't have enough mass to sort of send the dwarfs flying, although they certainly do have the damage with their purple fire or whatever. Fire extinguishers. Purple fire extinguishers. Go. And, oh, it looks like they have their, I think this is the Master's ability, right? Vile Net. Pretty sure that's a U, but, or Black Arc Reaver. Close enough. Master, Reaver, whatever. Alrighty, and there we go. Loke here looks like he wants a piece of Thorek, who has also been vile netted. Lots of vile nets all over the place. And their nets, of course, have to be vile. It can't just use like a regular net. Maybe it's got hooks in it or something. Or maybe it's just really gross, who knows. And there we go. Ooh, looks like a Doom Bolt coming down from the enemy into our unit of Dwarf Warriors, but fortunately we don't really care that much about it, especially as these are only Dark Riders, and it looks like they charged our Runesmith on the side of the map first as well. Bad idea, guys. A bad idea. Otherwise, we are still trying to get in as many hits into those Blackguard as we can, and this center one has actually lost about 20% of its HP, which is a reasonable amount, but obviously not crazy. It's not like we have organ guns or any of the fancier stuff that would actually delete them. And oh, there we go. This is what I was wary of, and this particular ability is why I distanced all our units so much. It's certainly an annoying ability. And it's gonna hurt those Dwarf Warriors. Otherwise, it looks like Loke here has charged Thorek, but is not really done a lot of damage, especially with the Dwarf Warriors acting as an extra meat shield over here. We also have a Black Ark Corsair unit charging the Iron Breakers. But once again, that's not going to go too well for them, even though I do believe we've seen them do damage to that unit before. Now the Blackguard are moving in, however, and that means we're going to have to switch our artillery from firing at the Blackguard towards all the ranged units that are trying to annoy us here. Fortunately, we have our own ranged units to annoy them right back as well, and especially once Loke here is out of here, and it looks like he doesn't want a piece of Thorek anymore, we can target him with all of our range and, focus him down as much as possible to cripple this army. He hasn't actually been able to do too much, but the Blackguard, they look like they want a piece of Thorek. 2 full units of Blackguard are right here going after Thorek, whereas one last unit is out here. Have almost crippled this unit of Dwarf Warriors, but we also have to remember that this particular Dwarf Warrior unit is the one that was hit by Black Ark support, so not quite just these guys after all. Over here on the side, the Doomfire Warlocks came back but charged right into the Longbeards with great weapons and immediately got wrecked, which is completely unsurprising. Otherwise, on this side, we have a unit of Dark Riders with repeater crossbows leading our unit of Grumbling Guard away, which is a very, very good use of the enemy Dark Riders, and actually did allow this to happen, just for fun. Otherwise, I would have sent those Grumbling Guard to kill all of the Blackguard because of the armor-piercing great weapons that they have. But generally, why not? Why not? Because the player would be able to do this and lead a unit away. Why not let the AI take an advantage here? And just by virtue of the fact that this is such a cheap unit, and this is such an expensive unit, a good use of that. There we go. Let's see. Thorek is now below... Not Thorek. Loke here is now below half HP. And getting focused down by all of our archers. I really wish this map was not so damn dark. Kind of hard to see everything. How you doing there, buddy? And you're at like 10% HP now. And down he goes in slow motion. He's already fallen off his little dragon friend down there somewhere, and now the dragon is gonna, ham it up a little bit as it dies. Looks like another gonna be hit to our artillery. I take it it's gonna destroy another one of the actual models. Yes, it does. That's generally the purpose. But otherwise, this battle is just about over. Most of their army has routed. Their range units are getting ripped apart by ours. Unfortunately for us, the Blackguard of Nagron did manage to activate the Murderous Prowess, which means they'll certainly keep hurting Thorek, who is now at about half HP. Very nice, Blackguard, very nice. Ooh, we gotta get some satchel charges into these poor Blackguard Corsairs with hand bows. Good luck with that, guys. Yeah, they're not going to be around for much longer. And otherwise, I think it's just 3 units in the front line led by the Master, and then a couple of these range units which will be off the field after a couple more shots from our ranged units / our grudge throwers. Their bloodlust is waning. When your bloodlust wanes, you're just not having a good time anymore, are you? And it looks like the enemy army is just gonna chain route there. I feel like they probably could have had the Blackguard fight to the death and maybe actually have destroyed a unit. This one Dwarf Warrior unit certainly got beat up, but that was once again a lot of it coming through Black Ark support, and here as well, hitting the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. I'm going to speed it up while the enemy run, because we are just going to try to hit as many of them and bring as many models down as we can with our range and artillery fire. I tried to focus down the enemy hero here, the Reaver, but it didn't quite work out. And come on, get a few more shots in there. Not so accurate, unfortunately, on the grudge throwers. Not like they were able to kill too many of the Blackguard in general anyway, just by virtue of the fact that they have a pretty nice amount of armor and resistances, but that's okay. I think it worked out fairly well. It says close victory, but I disagreed. Well, it really was not that close. We still had plenty of units. Both great weapon longbeards were still at full HP and ready to go on the flanks. They just were not needed at all, and our lords were fine. I mean, I guess Thorek was starting to take quite a beating, but meh. Nah, not a big deal. Loke here, as I said at the very start, you done goofed by attacking us thinking we'd be easy prey when in march stance, but you discounted the power of the artillery and the fact that you had to actually get in range of us, or get close to us to actually bring this army down. Anyway, let's see how we did. Alrighty, fairly easy battle contrary to the Pyrrhic victory that the game was saying. I mean, we had the artillery. That it was never going to go so difficult just by virtue of the fact that they had to move up and we were defending and able to bring our artillery to bear. Rakarth himself was a pretty much, or not Rakarth, Loke here was pretty much a non-entity in this particular, but did I call him Rakarth last time? Yeah, Lokir was a non-entity in this particular battle. Basically, it was all the 3 Black Guard unit. The others really didn't do much of anything. Maybe a little bit of damage out of these Dark Riders, actually. 9,000 damage, and I guess all of that was against, was it against the Grumbling Guard? I think it was against one of the 2 units of Longbeards, but clearly it wasn't really all that much damage at the end of the day. Obviously impressed with the Black Guard, and like they brought Thorek to about half HP. They are sort of specialized against his sort of type of unit, but nonetheless, very good. Very good. The army, however, is going to get killed here. We are going to go for execute and loot. It is 2.4k and not bad. Hopefully we can just finish off his army right off of this. He's gonna heal up. Oh, and also the main damage, I think... Wait, wounded Felix... Oh, who cares? He wounded Felix. Big frickin' deal. I really couldn't care less. And A, defeated Loke here, a fell heart, we got the missile resistant trait. Very, very nice. And the immune to storm, reef, and attrition is also swell as well. Yeah, most of the damage I was about to say was coming off of the Black Arc support that the enemy was bringing, and not so much the army itself. Anyway, let's move it up. You're gonna go here. Thorek, you are not as healed as I would like you to be, but I think it's still necessary to move up the garrison in Chupayatl is actually quite nice, and we can't reach it in a single go, though we could reach the Southern Sentinels if we desired to do so. It would, however, allow the enemy to rebuild some of its forces. I have to give that some thought. Let's destroy this little army out here first. It's gonna not even move away. I think we can auto-resolve it. I really, really don't think we should need to fight this. Let's hope we don't take too much damage. Yeah, nothing. Nothing. Oh, lovely. Lost 0, in fact. That's exactly what I wanted to see. And let's once again, I think, execute and loot. Gotta get our money back up. Oh, a Rune of Sanctuary for free as well. I'm gonna take that off of that go on Gotrek or Thorek? I think that went on Gotrek. Yeah, it went on Gotrek. No. Just in case it disappears. Alright, now we can't reach Chupayatl. And now we can't reach the Southern Sentinels from here. So basically we have 2 options. One, basically encamp here and hit Chupayatl next turn, or... Would we be able to? I hope we'd be able to. The crossing still takes a lot out of you. We could also cross... Man, what if... I wonder what the distance we can cross here is. We're at 50. Oh man, well I hope it's enough. I'm gonna go right here, and then we're gonna encamp, heal up a little bit, and then hopefully hit Chupayatl next turn. The other little territory doesn't really matter as much, let's face it. And you, I guess, can just move up right there so you don't take attrition damage. There we go. You can go into Valea's ambush. Valea's ambush. Or did I say wambush? Valea's wambush. Let's see. Small occupied Elven colony. Let's get you fixed right up. You stay right here, but I think you can move out and go into Valea's will now. There we are. buff up the province a little bit. How's Malus, not Malos, doing out here? Damn, Battlefield Gothic making me confused now. What else do we have here? Who is not sitting in Valea's will that we need to? You're going to rebuild your army, or rather you are going to build an army. Kazran. And I guess you have to take care of these guys before you move out into the water. Alrighty, but the question is, where can we build your army up? Right now, all you can make is garbage units. Ooh, we can get the Scolder Guard. Yeah, that's lovely, but I mean, we could start building up your Quarrelers, if nothing else. I would actually like some shielded Quarrelers as well. If nothing else, they have more armor. Although it's not that much more armor. Okay, wait. Is there any way to recruit forces nearby? What's the closest area where we... Ooh, Forgotten Isles, you can get money. Let's get you... Well, we don't have a mine here, i.e. a scrap mine, so let's get one of those. Gonna take a while to grow, and the public order is gonna suffer a little bit. Well, what can you do? Marble quarry, probably not worth it at the current cost. And just double checking if anybody else needs to move out. Were you heading somewhere, or are you where you're supposed to be? I think you're where you're supposed to be. Oh man, okay, let's just check. What do we have here? Minus 98 public order in the Forbidden Jungle, but we're okay. What do we have here? Central Spine of Sotek, minus 3 drop in every turn, even though we do have a Lord in here. But I think... Oh wow, Chickaball can't actually defend itself. At least not well. Lost Valley, minus 8 per turn by virtue of the corruption, I take it. Yeah, and it does have walls, though, so we really don't care nearly as much about that. What do we have over here? Minus 3 per turn. Yes, we're losing money, or we're losing public order, rather, but it's going to take a while before it goes into a terrible place. And I also just realized that the negative populace all over the place is also impacting our construction costs, which is sort of compounding the issue. Interesting. Really does goes to show how much the design here is for the dwarfs to play tall rather than wide. But screw design, we're doing this. We're doing this the fun way, I suppose. All right, let's get some of these. Let's get some of these level ups in here. What do we have here? Still haven't. I'm still holding out on that one. Let's get Stand Your Ground, and then you, my friend, are going to, I guess, go through old-fashioned tinkering because it's a really nice buff for the entire army. All right. Looking pretty reasonable now. Do we need a Scolder Guard in here? Honestly, I think this army is reasonably decent enough for now. We do, however, need to get a new... some new research underway. Construction cost, recruit rank, attrition. Venerate the Ancestors Commandment, additional 2 Untainted. Lord recruit rank untainted. Well, all the untainted stuff is good, don't get me wrong. But is it worth it at the current amount of time investment that it takes right now? I did want to get the relationship upgrade with High Elves and Men and Lizardmen just to possibly be able to get some more trades. We have extra money coming in from deep mines and various other mines. This might be worthwhile, even though it takes a long time. Recruitment cost, well, missile strength is a fairly cheap upgrade, and you know what, let's get at least some of the early game buffs for the early game units, and then we'll move back into buffing up the rest of our economy via this stuff. Although, you know what, no, let's go Dwarven Emissaries first, just because I feel like maybe we'll be able to find at least somebody to trade with at some point, damn it. I really, if only... Only Tic Tac didn't hate us over here. I mean, it's minus 22 with the Dwarven Emissaries as well as the other upgrade. We should be able to get that to a point where we might be able to trade. Okie dokie. Now you, my friend, you need an army. Alright, just go into the Chamber of Visions and slowly start building said army. 1 unit by 1 unit. I guess Quarrelers. Oh man, the expense. The terrible expense of the Quarrelers. Oh well, what can you do? It's not like you're going to be able to take the Blood Hall with the limited amount of forces that you have here, as this is a fairly weak army thus far. Yeah, I'd really love it if we didn't have to have a Lord in every single place, but the growth is so weak right now that we have to have them there, essentially. Nah, because they're taking a lot of extra income, aren't they? Each one is 300 or so. Wait, 500? So they're taking like 5,000 gold per turn? Is that what it's telling me right now? Yeah. Yeah, I might actually want to reduce that. Let's see, Oixel, you have the defenses. Do we lose out on the 20 growth? The growth is just going to take ages no matter what. You know what, let's give it a few more turns. Maybe once we take all this stuff, we'll be in a little better position. Unless we immediately get war declared by Malice and by, well, hopefully not Itza, but presumably by the Skaven out here. Pretty fun situation. Alrighty, anyway, let's go through this. Lord not move. Okay, I think we're going to... Where's movement? Hero not move, Lord not move. I think we don't need that anymore. Alright, let's end the turn and let's siege Chupayatl, shall we? And let's see if any... Bloodhawk success assault units against... Okay, it's against Gotrek, though. It's not a big deal. What are you doing? Oh, you're gonna attack Gotrek by himself. Clever. Clever, Valal, the Hand of Wrath. Why do you think you're gonna win this, though? I don't think you're gonna win this. I would honestly like to watch Gotrek duel this guy. This will be pretty fun. But the last battle was a cinematic battle, and therefore I'm gonna need to make a cut here, which cut I shall now. Alright, there it is, and here we go. I mostly just want this duel. I don't give a damn what happens to this army. If it all dies, I really don't care. They do also have an artillery piece, which I guess we do have to worry about, but we can always hide in the woods while they approach us, so good luck with that. Valal, the Hand of Wrath. Not a bad name, though, I gotta say. Hand of Wrath, I take it as its name of power. Ooh, what level are you? I should have probably checked. Gotrek. 70 to 50, eh? Well, be a nice little one-on-one. You two. Right there, and you guys right there. I'll hide from the enemy and then start the battle. Here we go. And they can't see us, so I guess they're moving over here. Well, I like the fact that they're not cheating and thereby moving exactly to where we are. They're actually searching for us. I can appreciate that. Although I guess we will have to rearrange our position. Oh, now they're moving towards us. It's okay. We'll charge the enemy lord. What do you have, by the way? Gotrek's Doom, 45 melee defense. Oh, but you don't have the buff there. All right, Gotrek charge. Turn off guard mode. Use your potion of speed. I guess it was a waste because you haven't regained your vigor, but whatever. One-on-one this guy. And oh, in fact, if we can let him duel, I'll let him duel. You know what? You don't fire. Don't fire. Do this. I want to see how this works. Will these guys fight to the death? I always love to see one-on-one duel, so I'm not going to interfere with it. Although I do expect that the enemy will interfere with it sooner rather than later. How are you guys doing? You're at a little bit. Oh, you're both taking damage, and you're gonna run now. You coward! Get back here! Get back here! You fight Gotrek. Where are you going? This is the only unit that you can see. Fight him one-on-one. Oh, maybe he wants to cycle charge. And it looks like Gotrek, unfortunately for him, has too much mass, so he can't do too much about it. Ooh, actually, it looks like... ooh, it looks like it's going to be close. Closer than I would have otherwise thought. Miners, you're going to charge this. Now. And, oh, it looks like their other unit is coming in. Come on, come on. Make that unit die or rout before you get surrounded. One more hit, buddy. One more hit. Okay, run. Run before you die, buddy. You don't have the armor to defend yourself against this. Yeah, alright. Run. I want blasting charges in here right now. I guess that lord is probably going to come back, even with the very little amount of HP that it has. Blasting charges, go, go, go. There we go. I'm getting at least some of them in here. Hey, don't come back here. Come back. Where's that enemy lord? And they're keeping away from the blasting charges. How dare they? Move it up a little bit closer and throw the blasting charges. Hopefully they don't explode Gotrek, even though I wouldn't be too surprised if they did. Come on, throw. All right, move away before you get exploded by the friendly fire. Guys, you need to throw better. What are you doing? There you go. Oh, man. And, yeah, wow, miners are so weak. They're having a tough time killing a freaking artillery unit, of all things. In fact, you hide behind the rest of the units. If they want to fight at a range, I'm perfectly willing to let that happen. Hide in these units right there. Come on, there we go. Taking out those Reaper Bolt Throwers. Now, you guys switch to that Dreadlord since Gotrek can't take care of him. You guys move up and get ready to throw those blasting charges. Even with blasting charges, miners are fairly weak. I mean, these are just Blackheart Corsairs, and they're having too tough a time dealing with them. Why are they even running away? How dare you? Kill them indeed. Alright, well, we're not going to bring down a Lord that way. Hey, what you doing over there? But hey, at least we got a nice little duel. Even though it was a close one, I'm surprised that a regular generic Lord was able to do as much damage as it did. Alright, come on. One set of blasting charges will see this battle over. Come on, come on, come on. Get another volley in there. There we go. And just speed it up while we get a couple more shots in with our Quarrelers. And looks like Gotrek managed to pull it off. Silly, pointless battle, but I just wanted to fight it instead of backing off. I'm just curious to see what level you're going to be at. I mean, especially considering you can't level up Gotrek, right? Considering he can't fight, he could barely defeat a generic Lord. He's level, oh wow, you almost lost to a Lord with a level 10? You gotta be kidding me. If this guy was on a dragon, would he have just wrecked your face? Weird. Okay, well, you're going to go for a drink to victory. And oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. You are going to sit outside of Chupayotl. What got succeeded? Assault activity on Gotrek. Oh yeah, we saw that. We saw that already. Income from gem cutters and obsidian quarries. That's all swell, but probably doesn't need to be on Kazaran True-wise, so I'm gonna change that up eventually after this guy builds some more of his army. Gotta keep watching out for... Wait, will these guys peace out? No. I wanted to peace out with them earlier, but it didn't quite work out. What are you? You're a... Oh no, you're a freaking Doom engineer. You're probably gonna pop our Chamber of Visions. Ah, and we invested in this too. Annoyance. Oh well. Not much we can do about that. Speaking of things we can do stuff about, I don't think there's anything left in this particular episode that we can do in the time remaining, so I am going to call it here. Next time, we're going to attack Chupayotl and try to take the capital of the Blessed Dread away from them. I haven't decided whether we want to force the enemy into field battle or not. We are still hurt, but... we could definitely very badly damage them on the field. On the other hand, we could also very badly damage them via artillery when they're on the wall, so I think we're happy either way. Hard to say. Hard to say what would be better. I mean, then again, if we're able to attack you and these guys come in as reinforcements, it would probably be very dangerous for them as they try to move up, just like Lokir did last time, which might make for a nice fun time for the artillery. But I guess we'll figure that out next time. Gotrek, very if anybody knows, does Gotrek, do Gotrek and Felix power up as they, since they don't level and they don't have skills, how, do they ever get stronger, or is this as strong as they ever get? Because if this is as strong as they ever get, they're pretty disappointing, aren't they? Or are there dilemmas that make them stronger periodically? That might be nice. I don't know, because I've never had a long enough experience with them. Or is it every time you rehire them, perhaps, are they stronger? That would make sense. Because I've only really used them once, and I believe it was in the Balthazar Gelt campaign, and it wasn't for long either. I think that was the campaign. Anyway, not important. As I said, ending it here. Next time we'll attack the Blessed Dread's capital and then try to capitalize on all of their, armies being dead to destroy the faction, take all their territory, and hopefully be left alone by them for at least a few turns while we build up our frickin' economy for once. Damn dwarves. So anyway, whatever I usually say, all glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.